Hi, today we're going to talk about how to heal yourself naturally of type 2 diabetes. We're going to split this into three areas. We're going to split it into nutrition, we're going to split it into goal setting, and we're going to split it into mindset. So what qualifies me to talk about this topic? Well, my name's John Collett and I'm the founder of the company Type Rhino, and I am a former type 2 diabetic. That's right, former, as in I used to have it, okay? And now I've got myself off it. Now, how did I do that? Well, the first thing is important to understand is I did this through nutrition. Now, I didn't go on an 800 calorie diet, okay? I hate the word diet. What I did, I just cut down my sugar intake. I educated myself about what food has sugar in it, and it comes down very simply. If it's a fizzy pop, it's got a load of sugar in it. If it's squash, there's a load of sugar in it. If it's processed food, if it comes out of a box, there's a load of sugar in it. So what did I do? Well, very simply, what I did was I started eating real food. I started eating more veg. You know, that stuff that grows out of the ground. Yeah, so I had a lot more of that. I still ate meat. I cut out on my pasta. I cut out on pizzas. I cut down on my bread intake and all of these things. But all I did was replace them with alternative foods. So I still ate, and I still only eat food that I really enjoy. Okay, and I recommend you only eat food that you really, really enjoy. And we'll talk about that when we come to mindset later. So the next thing is you got to change, is you got to do exercise. Now, the reason you got to do exercise is really simple. It has nothing to do with calories in and calories out. Okay, that doesn't work. The reason you got to do exercise is because when you do exercise, very simple, your cells in your body that is no longer absorbing energy from the food that you eat will start to absorb energy from the food that you eat again, and thus as a result it'll get your blood sugars lower. Now, there's other videos where I go into that in more detail, but that's the basics of it. But here's the important thing about doing exercise, because if you're anything like me, you'll be probably going right now, oh my God, if I really wanted to do exercise or have a six-pack, you know, I wouldn't have had type 2 diabetes. So I understand completely what you do. But exercise doesn't have to be difficult, okay? It can be fun, okay? Your exercise could be doing some work in the garden. The exercise could be walking a dog. Okay, and at the beginning, you definitely want to take it easy with the exercise and start slowly. This is not the time to run down the gym, get a personal trainer who knows nothing about type 2 diabetes, okay, right, and start banging it out down the gym. I've done it too many times myself. I've gone down the gym, I've banged out the first workout, and I've been in pain for days later. I end up doing it for 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks at a time, and just end up stopping, mainly because I've hurt myself. You've really got to ease yourself into it, okay? Exercise has got to be into it. My personal brand of choice is DDP Yoga, and yet again, you'll see other videos on my channel about why I use DDP Yoga and why it's a very effective way of dealing with your type 2 diabetes, because there is certain types of exercise that work better at getting rid of your type 2 diabetes than others. So the next thing I want to talk to you about, mindset. And I really believe that this is probably the most important thing that you can do when it comes to curing yourself of type 2 diabetes naturally. And the reason why I say this is because you, like me, used to be a person that used to probably work very, very hard, and probably a lot of your bad eating habits come from your work and the amount that you work. No one's ever accusing you of being lazy, that's for sure. But the reality is, when you come home and then you veg out in front of the TV and you make quick food, processed food, because you're too tired, right, to go around making real meals anymore, And then when you have a pack of biscuits, you have a few biscuits and it ends up being a pack of biscuits. And then when you get hungry during the day, you end up having bars of chocolate to keep your energy levels up. All of these things happen. It's not your fault. You didn't realize what was happening to your body. And yet again, there's lots of different videos I've got about what is happening with your video, with the food you were eating. And when you realize what that food was actually doing to your body when you were eating it, you probably won't want to eat it anymore. But changing your mindset to a point where you can change those habits is not going to be the easiest thing to do in the world. But what it is about developing new habits, okay? Now, new habits don't come overnight because you've developed lots of different habits which have caused you to get type 2 diabetes. And just like doing exercise, you've got to ease into it. I strongly suggest that the habits you've got to develop to cure yourself have got to come in bit by bit as well. You know, going cold turkey is difficult. And, you know, going on 800 calorie diets are difficult. Okay, so it's like you've got to ease yourself in. So this is the first thing you need to start thinking to yourself, is the mindset that I'm going to make changes slowly, bit by bit, until they become habit forming. Okay, because there is no quick fix here. You're not going to go down the gym, bang out a major workout and heal yourself. You're not going to start eating healthy and then after 1 week heal yourself. It's not going to happen. Getting type 2 diabetes took a long time. Okay, so healing yourself is going to take time as well. Okay, but it's all about changing habits that you do. Okay, and make sure that you get your mindset right. And yet again, on this channel there are lots of videos about goal setting, mindset, and how to start making those changes. Get into a point where you start asking yourself the right questions, asking yourself, what's my outcome here? What's the consequences of eating that chocolate bar? What's the consequences of eating that pasta? What's the consequences of eating those chips? Okay, and understanding and helping you understand that you can, if you start visualizing yourself as a better person and the person you want to be, rather than this person that you are now and this person that you will be if you let the type 2 diabetes take hold of you and you let it own your life. Okay, you don't have to be that person. You can start visualizing yourself as a different person, because I promise you, I look a lot different now to what I used to. So they're the 3 things that you need to focus on, okay, if you want to heal yourself of type 2 diabetes naturally. You need to start focusing on nutrition, you need to start focusing on exercise, and you need to start focusing on your mindset, because you need to change the mindset that you currently have. And I want to promise you one thing: don't worry about you're tired, don't worry about you haven't got time. If you start doing these things, you'll start getting the energy, you'll start getting the enthusiasm to do these things. But you're going to have to push yourself to begin with. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and you do want to know more, get more detail about all of these topics, then please press subscribe and press like. I set this company up because I'm genuinely passionate about helping people cure themselves of type 2 diabetes. Yeah, but I'm not a scientist. I'm not a nutritionist. Okay, I read, I watched, I educated myself. And what my goal is here is to talk to you in a way which doesn't involve long words and scientific research. Try to talk to you in a language that you understand. And I hope that we can achieve that together. And remember, you're not a number. You're a rhino. Now charge.